This is Creating Grin. Join us as we play Dungeons and Dragons around ye old table, throwing those dice, telling some stories, creating legacies. My name is Eric. I have the privilege of being your dungeon master for this chapter of our tale. With me as always, the Crit Crew. On my left, we have...
I'm Katie, playing Ilias Idlewind, an Aaron Genasi druid who is dead set on revenge for his fallen comrade. She were being dead.
I'm Ashley, and I play Runa, the taxi fighter, who also is pretty keen on revenge, and maybe grabbing a dragon egg. But mostly revenge, Ryan.
And I am Bryan. I am playing Deleth, a drow paladin with a oath of retribution. Or, not retribution, an oath of...
redemption.
Redemption, thank you. Retribution, redemption, no. Okay.
I'm Maria, playing Rilda Farseeker, a drow ranger. And Rilda's just feeling a little nervous about bringing friends back to her crib for the first time ever in history.
And I'm Jason, playing Nox, Changeling Rogue, and I'm just going to keep with the theme, and yeah, revenge works for me too.
So nonchalant about it. Works for me.
And this is Chapter 15, The Vanishing Falls. After dealing with the heavy hearts and losing their friend Aimon, the party had looted some bodies, devised a plan to investigate the prison break that was seemingly the main goal of the betrayers. They had discovered via a cool trick by the druid, speak with the plants, how many people were in on the heist to free the, well, I guess it would be a prison break, to free the prisoner. And they tracked the information via the plants as well as keen survival skill rolls by the ranger Rilda, all the way outside of the wall, which they discovered that they had escaped via a purple worm. At this point, the party had decided to dive into, pardon the pun, the Underdark, and they were following Rilda to her unguarded backdoor entrance into the Underearth. She's been using to slip in and out to complete tasks for the Queen. And joining the party as they begin to make their way to the Vanishing Falls. So, rainy, light wind, cool, almost to the point of being cold, and everything has begun to happen. You begin marching and following Rilda. She begins to lead you towards the falls.
Yeah. Just stay close. We're on the right track. I'm gonna keep marching. I might slow us a bit with the rain just to make sure everybody's able to keep up.
Okay.
I don't want to be booking it too hard. I think once we start to get maybe within an hour, I'd like to try and hide tracks.
Okay.
What I would typically do.
Okay, you can go ahead and do that now.
What would I roll for that?
That would be a survival check. Using your skills to cover your tracks.
That's 22.
Yep. You will use several tricks that you have adapted and learned. You will educate, instruct the party members to do likewise to try to keep everybody hidden, as you will begin to use those tactics to prevent and hide the tracks that you may or may not be leaving behind. As you guys have traveled up to this point, there is going to be something in the air that catches your eye. You're more than welcome to roll a perception check if you'd like.
Everybody or just the one?
Everybody can.
Good question.
Is it dim enough for me to not have disadvantage? would you say? With
Yes, the way that Feywood works is it's kind of custom made for your type of dark vision.
What was this perception?
Perception.
Correct.
So that's a 14 for me.
Good.
23.
Good.
22.
Good.
18.
Good.
9.
Come on, cat.
Pretty killers. Meow.
Runa is looking for more mushroom friends
Yep.
and has not really found any as of late. She's almost curious if it's something she had done to offend them and they're hiding. As the rest of you are going to easily begin to pick up and spot, circling above you, a wyvern with a rider. Probably about 100 to 150 feet in the air near the top of the large tree canopy.
We should probably hide.
Yeah. Can I tell if we've been spotted? We'll say 23.
I would say it's pretty easy enough with your previous skill check to know that, yeah, he's probably made you. He's kind of monitoring what you're doing.
Okay.
And how far out from the spot would you say we are getting?
You're probably, like you would suggest, about an hour and a half away from the Vanishing Falls.
I really don't feel comfortable diving into this pool while they're watching. I don't want them to find my one and only entrance here, if at all possible. What, do we have any suggestions here?
We killed the last raider we saw.
Yeah. Got some longbows we can try
True.
out.
He would like to try. Or we go on a merry little jaunt through the forest and see if they leave us alone, and then circle back.
That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, we could do some distraction tactics, kind of maybe head not away, but in another direction, parallel to. I don't know.
I like it. Sounds like a good course of action.
The maiming and killing or the distracting?
Distraction
Alright,
and diversion.
lead the way.
So I will take our path. We're heading north, right?
You were heading more towards the east.
East. Okay.
Correct.
Then I will take us north.
Okay.
What with the direction in mind that I'm not adding any additional time
I got
to
you.
cut
So you're
back
good.
over.
Yep,
If that makes
gotcha.
sense.
Sure does. Go ahead and give me another survival check to make sure you don't get yourself or your party lost.
Okay. Come on. 21.
Oh, that's very good.
Alright guys, let's scout north. Maybe throw them off a bit. We're not far from where we need to be right now. I just think it could be good to maybe lose the tail if at all possible. And I'll continue to hide the tracks but they got our scent now. I can kind of have that feeling.
Okay, while traveling north, you guys are going to kind of keep your eye to the sky. You will see that it will track you for quite some time, and eventually it will leave you be once you get to a certain point northward.
Okay, how do you guys feel about heading back east additionally to get to this, southeast I guess, get back to the falls quickly while we have a break in this view?
We're following you.
Okay.
Okay, so you begin to veer back to the east. Maybe
A little bit less careless or careful to try and hurry up while we have that window, I think.
Okay, yeah. So, increasing your movement, kind of picking up speed, you are going to start heading towards the east. About 20 minutes into your travels, you're going to notice something strange. Being the leader, Rhoda, you're going to notice that there's a large depression in the path in front of you. It seems to be kind of emanating smoke or shadow. You've seen things emanating, like creatures emanating shadow, like
Oh, okay.
but this large depression is something new.
New to this, like...
New to you.
New to me, okay.
Yep. You're the only one that will spot it, since you're kind of in the lead.
I'm gonna put my hand up like a signal, like, hold up. We got a big old hole here, full of shadow. Not run into this yet. Can I look at it and try to determine if it's anything similar to what I'd seen in the Underearth?
You can.
Her...
You can do a nature check.
Okay.
See if you can compare. The rest of you are more than welcome to make a... I mean, you clearly see what it is she's looking at. You're more than welcome to make an investigation or a nature check or something like that.
No. I have a 6.
She seems slightly confused. Or befuddled.
How big is it?
It's 3 feet by, 18, 20 inches wide.
Okay, we need to avoid this, and I think we could just keep going.
Okay.
We're on
18 for nature.
Nature? It is a giant footprint. Runa, what did you get?
9.
You would actually have advantage on this one. Sorry, I meant to tell you that.
8.
Oh!
Nox?
22.
It's a giant footprint. As a matter of fact, with the 22, you can see evidence that it is a boot. A giant boot print.
21.
Yeah.
A 3-foot wide boot print?
You have seen this before.
Smacked around a little bit.
Maybe. But it's never emanated
Smoke.
shadow.
Yeah.
Because this is not quite smoke. It looks very similar to the shadow goblins, which you guys have encountered. Wisps of shadow. And also the same kind of shadow emanating from that dragon-like creature that was left dead back at the prison.
Yeah, that's a boot.
That's a boot.
A boot?
A boot. We're talking a boot. A giant boot.
A random boot.
It's a boot this big.
It's a large boot.
It's a very large. It probably would come from a very large creature.
Huh. Well,
I will probably at that point enlighten everyone that I've noticed that Kishara is gained access to an entrance to something that is forbidden by all.
I would like to look around
You can.
and see if Giant is one of the languages that I know. So
Correct.
I don't know if I can see any signs, hear anything.
Sure
if
can.
This is the direction of the boot.
Going our direction?
It's going north.
Okay. It's better than east.
Not going east.
It's a 24 on perception.
You are going to take the time and look around. You're going to find carved in the trees, kind of Norse-like or giant-like runes, as if markers or signs. In doing so, you're also going to find more in the eastern direction, like giant bear footprints. Not bears, but like a barefoot.
So like, yeah.
No shoe. Foot.
Okay.
Toesies.
I was toesies.
Yeah.
So
one
Toesies.
with a boot and
5 digits or 5 toes. They seem to. There's a point to where there is boots and the actual like a bare foot, as if they were together and then split. One goes east. One went north.
What do the markings, they just indicate like the directions they went, or were they like any messages to them?
Because you speak fire giant, they are markings, but they are fire giant markings.
Okay. So similar to the ice giants, but not like I can tell differences, and I'm not quite sure.
Correct.
Does it say banana? Does it say like trap up ahead?
Yep. It would just be like an arrow this way, kind of like a sign or roadmap.
Which footprint's bigger?
The boot print is bigger. That's a good question.
what the hell did you get me involved in?
This is for the queen. That's where my allegiance
And they
lies.
say the queen.
Alright.
It's alright, I have experience dealing with giants. They're just mildly terrifying.
Refer back to backstory one shot once again. It's like it's all tying together.
Continue quickly.
Yeah.
Can I make a quick survival and see if these are recent tracks or?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Good call.
Yeah, I probably have no idea. It's a 9.
It's a
tracks.
foot.
Yeah,
Next track.
What's a 24? Get us. 22, sorry.
Same to his. Is that what you were rolling for? They are fairly recent, probably within a couple days.
Okay, well, my thoughts are still to hoof it to the hole.
what you said.
It's
Sorry.
it sounds counterintuitive, but my crib is somewhat safe, and as of last I left, was undiscovered. But what are your all's thoughts? Do you think we need to?
Also, keep in mind, every one of these boot and or footprints have this kind of same shadowy energy or whatever kind of wisping from them. They're very distinct.
Well, I don't think we should stay around here.
Definitely not. So I'll continue to lead us.
Keep going.
Through trying to avoid giant footprint puddles.
Yeah.
And then I'll start to regale the party about the information I know about Kashara, additional information. She's gained access to Baravet, which in common tongue is Shadowfell, which is where a lot of these shadow races are coming from, if not all. So I've heard you speak of shadow goblins, hobgoblins, so it's obvious that they've found additional, I'm gathering from all this smoke, that they've found even more. Which is very concerning, considering. It doesn't mean that there's not some hope, because there is. By doing so, she's pissed off, to put lightly, some other races of people that can be swayed to our side to at least help us. So I think that once we gather our thoughts and we get to where we're going, it could be a good idea to reach out to them for help. And that's an eventuality we could talk about
Later.
yes.
So continuing down the path towards the east, getting to the Vanishing Falls, those footprints continue to head in that direction. You will see evidence, you will see markings on the trees. It is clear that you are heading in the direction in which this creature was, or is, or could be.
I'm gonna look towards the other magic users and just say, is there any way to get word of this to the Queen from where we are? I know I don't have a way. Can the trees tell her or something?
We're
That's a
doing
good
some
question.
pretty good things with the trees.
I don't know if I've gotten that sort of thing.
I don't know.
Tree speak.
Right. Yo, Queen, let me holler at you.
That's not helpful. Don't think so. And we don't have a settling stone between the queens.
No. Hold on.
Smoke signals.
We're gonna be bad.
The theme of this episode, smoke.
I mean, I know of a way personally, but
It kills you, doesn't it?
But Zaleth has no idea. So
Aimon probably would.
yeah, Imon's got an idea on how you'd be able to inform the Queen. But, you know.
So does the party stop, or do you continue to move cautiously in a direction? Just so you know.
I think that was all conversation
Yeah, okay.
I was imparting while walking.
Okay, just making sure. You are going to get to a point to where, because of the cautious nature and everything you've encountered, you will tell the party essentially to wait there. You're going to travel a few minutes further to get to kind of a comfortable spot to scout ahead. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and make a map change, and for those of you viewing, you will not have to, and listening, you will not have to encounter any of our befuddlement as we set up this map. And thanks to the magic of the computers and modern technology, we are back. So, Rilda, you have scouted up to that point. You see before you the Vanishing Falls. You see the large, very deep hole that the falls disappears into, thus the name Vanishing Falls. You will see that since you were last there seems to be some type of small encampment or outpost being started, and you have discovered what has left the large footprints that smoke a female giant of shadow smoke? Question mark. You also will be able to spot several betrayers kind of guarding or walking around the perimeter. You're not 100% sure, so go ahead and give me a perception check before I reveal this next bit of information to see if you do or don't see or hear.
Ooh. Natural 1 for 6.
You're too distracted by the size of the giant female roving about. That's the way in.
That is the way in. How long ago was I gone? Or when was I here last?
A couple days ago. It's been a couple days at least.
These people are efficient. Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to stealthily return to the party where they're hopefully waiting safely to impart this information.
Sure, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
21.
Yeah. You will make your way back to the party who is eagerly waiting. When she approaches, you are going to see a look of concern on her face.
You guys, it's not quite like I left it when I was here 2 days ago. Those giant footprints lead to a person that's rather large.
That's generally how that works.
Yes. They are a giant female who has shadowy smoke pouring off of her. Not dissimilar to the other shadowy pouring smoke beings. I have an idea. It's very risky. And I need to bounce it off. I might have a way for us to be extremely stealthy. And we can maybe sneak and dive in and escape.
I already don't think that's going to work.
Okay.
As you recall, as we've been tracking through, the entire time you're just hearing
Clink, clink, clink.
Yeah.
as I'm
Just
just
chainmail armor.
just wearing chainmail armor that's rattling.
Rona.
Stealthy.
Oh, also, who has good athletics to swim? Are we all going to drown this episode?
Nah,
Or can some of you swim?
I can.
swim?
I only
I'm strong.
2. I might drown in my own hole.
Trained in it, so there you go.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
got +5.
You would have
Two.
advantage because you've traveled in and out several
That's good.
times. What do you have? Elias? +2?
Mine?
Yeah.
+5.
Oh, yeah. Okay, great.
+1.
Nice.
+7.
Not
So
just
what's the
drown.
plan now, guys? What's going down? Tell the viewers, the
Rona,
listeners.
you've fought giants before?
Yeah. They haven't been smoky, but I'd probably say for the extrapolation, ice giants deal with ice elements. So I don't know if this is like poison, fog, shadow, whatever weirdness. All of the trees and things are.
Okay.
Well, you said it looked like what were those little beasties that we fought? The red
Shadow
cap?
goblins.
Oh, yeah,
Not,
shadow.
not the gnome.
Shadow gnomes. They're
They sounded similar.
what powers did those shadow gnomes have?
They could move within the shadows.
Didn't they have like a poison?
Most of the things we've been fighting have some form of
Well,
poison.
we really should get like a poison-resistant amulet or something.
You know? Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
I
That's
mean, if you're
idea.
absolutely afraid of poison, I can assist with that.
Like curing it afterwards, or like preventing it?
Technically, both. I can protect you from poison and make it to where it's a little bit harder for you to feel its effects. Would have been useful.
Useful, probably. Otherwise,
It's a little slap in the face,
Maybe-
but you know, it's fine.
you know, someone's dead, but that's besides the point.
Can we create a distraction out here to maybe pull some away?
Possibly.
Maybe one of those smoke alarm or smoke signals we were talking about?
Do you think that's only going to pull some of them away, though, or will they all go investigate?
Well, hopefully we won't be there to find out. We'll just fight whoever's left.
You're the stealthiest. Probably.
Okay, I've got a bit of an idea.
Okay.
I'm a little stealthy. I also speak giant. I get that it's probably like, you know, gonna sound like a French speaker versus like someone from Australia or
French?
something. But not true. It's from the French-Nesian coast of
Of Austrian.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I could potentially maybe go out somewhere and yell and scream in giant and maybe pull them and hopefully not die and cause the distraction we want.
What about...
We set up a big trap.
That would take a while.
Yeah, it would have to be very big
Large
for giant.
What about... I can disguise myself. I believe that you might be able to disguise yourself as a drow.
I do have a
I'm a drow,
betrayer's cloak.
so-
And
I
I
have a
have
betrayer's
the bow. So
And we could have 2 prisoners,
He can
Yes.
disguise himself as
or
I've
a
already got-
prisoner,
I got
Three
that.
of us.
I've already got
Well-
you've got the whip and everything.
or unless you can disguise.
I cannot.
It's like a big cosplay session.
It really would
But
be.
it would make more sense if you gave
Yeah,
your
because
stuff
I'm
to
actually a
him.
cat and they don't have cats.
Yes.
Correct. And then have them 3 be betrayers and we would be the listeners.
Probably a smart idea.
Okay.
But then we're throwing tied up people into a pit.
I don't have to tie it up.
That was just
Well,
another
goodness.
It's
idea.
the old Han, Luke, and Chewie ruse.
Yep. Because you can even mimic their voice. Like,
I've already
I'm already-
obtained one of their banners
Technically,
way
I'm already-
long back. So
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
already a
Wait,
drow.
was this how I was already getting in by just walking in as a bad guy? Or was
No.
did they? Okay. I'm
No, there was like literally no one here,
Okay.
and you just dove into the water and swam and.
We could pretend to be unconscious and you could be carrying us in.
They could be on weak though.
Sorry.
We go in guns blazing. No,
I
we
saw.
don't have guns.
I can just let you know from a time in my past. When
Doesn't
I
go well?
fought some giants. It was very painful. Painful to remember, it was painful to live through, it was painful.
Okay.
I've grown since then.
Proud of you. I haven't.
You know, you just take up more damage. That's fine.
What's the plan?
So, do we try the stealth or do we
We've got
try
the stealth, we've got
Trojan
make a distraction, and we've got sneak in as prisoners.
we could combine distraction and prisoners. I don't know.
If we're gonna go make a distraction and he be a prisoner?
Like, distract somebody away that gives less eyes on us, and then we'll have a better opportunity to slip in to the pool, maybe. That's to say if they haven't discovered the other side and are waiting for us there, too, because if they're here, that means that they're there, too.
Most
So that's part of the reason I'm thinking maybe save some...
I'm like in the Trojan horse method, and then, like I said, we pretend to be knocked out. But then if we turn into a fight our way, guns blazing.
What's a Trojan horse?
From the coast of Frenchnia. There are horses that are particularly made of wood, but they're hollow.
sounds
large.
Alright.
Yeah.
It was made by a guy named Troy John.
Okay.
Yeah.
I vote either the prisoner because I can't sneak. It's not
Yes.
going to work for me.
Now, I only saw 2 guards.
So 2 betrayers.
2 betrayers.
And a large enough tent to house the 2.
And that's all I
a
saw.
shadow giant is what we will call her.
So the main concern is going to be the giant, obviously. We have somebody with experience, so I don't necessarily know that going in guns blazing is a bad idea. I'm worried about what we're going to find.
Now, I also want to keep this in mind. It's a 3-dimensional world. Just because it's not on the map doesn't mean you cannot interact or circumnavigate other portions, come in from different approaches. Just want to throw that out there to give you all the information and thought process.
Yeah. Go
Sneak
take a
this
long path and
Yeah.
come up and then just jump.
You could. You very well could.
But I didn't see anyone at the top of the falls, so... And I have been through the hole, and I know that this is deep enough that a jump from that height would not be
No, it's,
dangerous. We would be able to clear it just fine.
it's several hundred feet deep.
In fact, I used to just dive in and have fun, and that's how I discovered this.
I guess that is a good question. How exactly, far down do we have to swim? Is it dark? Do we need light? Do you, come up on the other side, like a little U-boat? What are we?
So here's what you would know. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, good.
So it's several hundred feet to the water. When you hit the water, you're going to swim several hundred feet, and you're going to find there's a tunnel. Should be able to tell you. It's lit by bioluminescent kind of algae and stuff. You'll swim the tunnel for another couple hundred feet or whatever, and it'll basically dump you into an underground lake in the underearth. Does that make sense?
So, at a moderate swim pace, how long are we, gonna have to hold our breath and such?
You would have to be able to hold it for at least, on good successful rolls, for at least 2-3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes.
And that's if you nail every swim roll and you don't
Right.
screw up or whatever. There's other ways around that as well.
Are there any Underdark plant things that help with water breathing?
Not nearby. There are, but not nearby. Also, Rildo, you would have established a climbing network inside kind of that hole with different types of carabiners and things you could have clipped off, and there's a chain of rope and stuff where you use to climb and get in and out. Whether it's
Okay.
still there or not, you don't know, but that's usually how you would get out of the hole.
A little quicker at the
Yep.
end. So there's... I rigged it up at the end of the hole where we can accelerate, so you'll be tired, but we'll have that last clench of hope to get up there. Question. I have Rope Trick as a spell,
Yeah.
and that spell creates a pocket dimension that can hold up to 8 people.
Correct.
Could I theoretically use that underwater and have us climb into this pocket to take a break halfway?
Correct. It's possible.
I propose this to the group. I have a rope. I can make it give us a brief break. So that way, if I would just recommend maybe we do that regardless. If we're all doing okay, we still just refresh, and get some oxygen.
That sounds like a plan.
That's a very good idea.
I know me personally, I can only hold my breath for 2 minutes.
Are you a speed swimmer by any chance?
I sink.
Speed
sinker.
We can use you to help us go lower.
Yes.
Actually, that's a really good idea. We'll use a rope and you can help us pull.
I can get us to the bottom very quickly.
Yeah, you sure
We're
can.
using our physics to our advantage here. I'm not a small person, even though I'm not
I have
strong.
another idea. So,
I love this.
tap into the ley lines.
What do you want me to do?
Create a explosion somewhere not on us. So they go investigate it and then we jump in.
I don't have any control over that.
You never know. Try and tap in.
Okay, I thought we were going to sneak around. Come the long way around. Did that not happen?
Also, that was just me not in character because I have no idea about any of the weird
That's
shit we
correct.
do.
They're into some weird shit. I have not even learned myself.
Uh-huh.
It's the day change yet? Can I speak into this stove? And...
No.
You're probably getting close towards the afternoon.
Okay.
I mean, it's been like 3 hours of traveling through the woods.
Yeah.
4 hours. So,
It was like mid-afternoon when you guys had kind of had an attack. So you can
Coming
wait
up on
it out.
evening.
You can wait it out, letting it darker to help with. And also to answer your question, no, it is pitch black down there. So when you're swimming in like bioluminescence. All you got to go for.
I can help with that.
Yes, I
And
as
also
well.
keep in mind, I want to reiterate this too. Just because you have dark vision does not mean you automatically see in the dark. Dark vision allows you to kind of like make things out, but you still have.
Oh, there's shade.
Still has to be a light
I
source.
You have to
think
have some sort of right. A lot of
Coming
people when they
towards me.
play this game say, "Oh, I can see at night." No, it doesn't say
Perfectly.
night vision. This is dark vision. You have a better
I also have
chance of
dancing lights.
seeing.
And I can, once we're
No
far enough
magic.
deep,
What is magic? Anti-magic.
I think the safest route would be to go along up over the falls. That way, even if we are spotted up there, it's going to take them more of an effort to get us.
And we could just jump 300 feet. Let's do it.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm still going to help with stealth, I think, you know. Just because. I'd probably be
You don't have any
That would be-
explosive power that we could. I have flaming sphere.
Oh, how
big
big
is
is
How far can you move it?
60 feet.
So what's the plan?
Sorry, 15-foot sphere.
I don't think we know
I feel like it's changed 4 times.
I mean, I've changed into I'm changing
5
into a
foot
drow, and I've got
60
putting the logo on.
I
Yeah.
believe that we're going to be heading up and around and coming up to the top of this cavern where the river flows in, and we're going to jump down,
Okay.
trying to avoid the fights that you have so elegantly put together.
I do it because I love to do it.
So,
Okay, so survival check to begin navigating, finding a way up to the top of this waterfall.
How far are we from the waterfall, like as a group right now, roughly?
The best way I can put it is probably like a 10-minute walk, maybe half a mile or less
Okay.
away.
Once we get closer, I will cast. But, okay, survival check.
Yep.
Come on, don't fail me now. Whew. That's a 10, you guys.
Well, you've got the general direction, and with the 10, you're going to get to where you need to get, so you believe, but it is going to take some climbing to get up, because it's pretty much
the rock face.
rock face. So athletics better be good.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
It's plus 10 to stealth.
So as long as they're within, I think, 30 feet of you, they'll get a plus 10 to stealth. That makes you undetectable.
Yeah, unseen.
Is it going to be a 30?
I mean, it's a 20 21 was the lowest with a nat 1, so.
I gotta go away.
See ya.
Great.
Yeah. It's great.
You
Climbing.
can't see me.
Oh, athletics, yeah. Climbing the chainmail
That's
on. Ooh, same.
That's a 13 total for me.
Okay.
We're rolling for climbing, right?
I hope so.
climbing speed,
Okay.
so
Nice.
Athletics, right?
Claws.
It's
This
athletics.
is nothing to me. Come on, guys.
6.
Our kittens
Six.
can climb mountains higher than
13,
this.
6, 16. What'd you have,
We're gonna fight.
Ashley?
Do we have to roll for it?
Yeah. You could fall and break your neck.
I have a climb speed. I know what I have. What am I?
It just makes it climbing easier.
Athletics 11.
You have 11?
20. But not now.
So, 6 is you're gonna struggle.
Yeah.
You're like way behind the party. Anybody with 10 or better is making good progress. You're going to be able to move half your speed unless you have a specific climb speed, which will allow you to move your full climb speed. So Runa should probably be way in the lead. Rilda is struggling, whether it's just strange obstacles that just kind of are bad placement, whatever it is. The rest of you are kind of half your speed up there. You've got a while to go. It's 70, 80 feet up.
I'm gonna keep climbing up to the top and then see if I can lower a rope down to them.
Okay.
That would be great.
Do you want some more?
I think for the sake of time, we're going to kind of keep what you already had. I'll say because you rolled what you did and you got your speed, you'll be able to make it to the top. Everyone else will just progress maybe another half speed movement as she makes it to the top. When you get right, you cannot see it. Yeah. You will not have the benefit of the Pastel Trace because you're going to be way out of the 30 feet. When you get to the top, you are going to be able to see that there is a small clearing. In the small clearing, probably 50 to 100 feet in front of you, are 3 wyverns that are tied up, and
Don't tell
a
her
small
that.
encampment, so a couple tents. Don't really see any riders, but that's not saying anything.
Okay.
Meanwhile, they
How-
are slowly climbing up.
Right. I'm going to duck behind some brush or one of the rocks that are up here. How far away are the wyverns from me, hiding behind a rock? And
Probably
then the
65 feet.
Okay.
Where they're tied off.
Is there a rock face that's a fairly sturdy and close to the edge?
Where
that
you
I
are,
could
that you
tie
can tie a rope onto?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You'll find something.
I will do that as stealthily as I can.
Sure.
So let me know if you'd like a stealth roll.
I don't think at this distance you'll need a stealth roll. You've already stated you're going to do it quietly, but you will need a sleight of hand check to tie the knot. That's right.
How we TPK.
Death by rope.
I mean, that's how
He didn't trust in any rope you tie.
Do you have any inspiration points?
Oh, I do have an inspiration. Let's not kill the party.
Two of 3.
That knot would collapse.
Don't forget to mark off your inspiration.
That's
She rolled worse.
Yep.
That's fine. You can use
Two.
a better.
well.
Use the
You
better
have tied the rope around the rock.
So it's 8. I have a +5 to sleight of hand. So
So we can mark off your
So you have an 8 total or 8 plus 5.
no, 8 total.
Okay.
It's 3 plus 5.
Okay.
And then when I rolled for inspiration, it was a 2.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because
Okay.
I'm reliving past traumas.
You give it a hearty tug and it feels good.
I'm also going to find a small rock or pull a piece of strip of cloth or paper and kind of write a note. Be dragon times 3, and then how many tents do I kind of see?
There was, I think I said 1 or 2 tens. So we'll say 2 tens.
Then I'll put 10 times 2 and I'll make like a little like what I think is a really cute little dragon doodle.
Just wasting time doodling.
That's how long ahead of us you
And
got.
I'm gonna like kind of wrap that around the rack, tie that at the end, and like lower it down.
Okay.
So
I thought you were gonna chuck it at us.
what was
Smack roll
everybody's
in the head.
athletics check again? Ryan, you had a...
I think I had a 13.
Yep, you had a nat 20.
I had a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
16.
You're going to be the first one because you're probably climbing the fastest
Yeah.
at this point. So you will literally see this rope with a rock come slowly moving past you and a little note tied onto the...
Yeah.
Take over, and it's exactly that. Dragon times 3
And then
little
10 times.
TP looking things
Yeah.
times 2.
Look up, look down.
You'll see. I don't know if you can see me that far, but I'm sitting there like.
Just-
So below you would be Ilias, or next to you kind of slightly. So you'd be able to pass it along, and then it trickle down to...
And then I will, as best I
Deadlift.
can, try to brace the
And
rope
Then
if they want to, like, I'll be kind of holding it.
I don't need the rope yet because I rolled well, so I don't know if I'm going to grab it or if I'm just going to free climb.
Okay.
I'm gonna, I guess, take the note, look at it, and be like, well, fuck.
so much for
And then be like, Brilda, here. And drop the rope down to her.
can't even
So
afford
she's
to
struggling.
let go of the rocks.
Okay. So the rope is dropped to you. You're holding the note, or do you share the note? You got all the note?
I assumed it was like still kind of
Okay,
to the rock,
yep,
just like
okay.
unfolded a little bit.
So now you have access to the rope, and you can see a note.
I will grab the note.
Yep.
Decipher the hieroglyphics and a cute dragon.
Thank you.
No, I won't do that. But I will try and look at it without letting go, like barely holding on, like shaking.
It's okay.
I will tentatively grab, like, find my strength to just grab it with one arm.
Yep.
And
It
see
feels
if I can-
secure. You will see the rope tense at the top.
I'm going to just one hand, like I'm gonna be paranoid because I can't even like let go. I'm too afraid to let go with my other hand and just continue to slowly make my way, leaning
Okay.
on the rope a little bit more to
So
help me.
that'll give you an advantage to climb athletics with using the rope as kind of a brace or a steady, along with your other hand to climb.
And falling in love with Runa every second.
You know.
Okay, much better.
Please don't let the knot break. Please don't let that break.
It's
I got
a
a girlfriend and I let her
14.
plummet to her death.
All right. So 14 is much
better.
improved, yeah.
Uh-oh.
So you'll begin to climb, and you'll catch up with the others. I'd like for the rest of you guys to roll me one more athletics check to represent the rest of the ascent.
Advantage because of the rope again, or
Yeah.
no?
If you're using the rope.
It's
19.
stuck on my corner.
25.
Pick the higher one.
Go ahead and re-roll it.
I got 21
I
that
was
time.
stuck like this. 19.
Okay, so the party is going to be successful. The rope will hold
Thank you, ancestors.
until about the last 10 feet. That's when it just can't, you only roll an 8.
Yeah,
Can't take the tension no more. I'm going to need you, Rilda, to give me a dexterity saving throw, because when you take that last kind of like tug or whatever, it's just going to go and just drop.
Dex saving throw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I attempt to...
You are close enough that you could make a strength saving throw if she fails.
Also, how close... So how close... Because I would actually be up
10 feet.
ahead. I was ahead.
You might be able to see the rope give and
Well,
Grab the rope.
yeah, I mean, also, if
Also, can I
Bruno
also,
was
as it,
you're within...
Hang on.
start slipping?
If she's within 15 feet of me, she gets +3
To climb?
to
To save.
saves.
Okay, that's good.
So,
You definitely, I would say definitely close enough to gain the benefit of that.
Okay, yeah.
And yes, Runa, you could see it go and make a dex save to grab it.
I'm gonna just prep on.
I'm fine. That is a 24.
Okay, what's your dex save?
Dex 6, 16, 22.
Okay, yeah,
That's
you,
why I
you
succeeded so
fumble,
hard.
you fumble a little bit, but you save the rope. You release the rope, grab onto the rocks, and everything is good. The party will slowly take a moment to breathe a sigh of relief, and you guys will make it to the top quietly currently. Now, you can definitely see what Runa had seen, about, I think I said 50 to 100 feet, something like that. There's a clearing, there's 3 wyverns that have been tied to a deadwood tree or something like that, and there's 2 tents, and at this point you will see that there are enough riders to ride the wyverns. So there's at least 3 betrayers that are camped up there with the wyverns.
Are they in bed?
They are not. They are moving about the camp. It is at this point dark and night has fallen.
Hey, I think I still have that meat in my pack from my wyvern.
Probably.
I think we could befriend them. And I'm not getting yeses from that.
I don't think get close enough to them.
Maybe like I'll ride it and we'll swoop down and then we'll like roar at the like little shadow guy and like chop his head off and then
I don't think that's gonna work, buddy.
What if
I know you're
what
really
if we
excited,
table that?
but I don't think that's gonna work.
Maybe do that on the way back.
That'll be
We could perfect the plan.
plan for later.
okay.
And we might have more experience with wyverns by the time that we come back.
You see me staring longingly at this.
It might be a better idea to try and hang out here for the moment. If it is starting to become nightfall and see if they go to sleep.
My idea also was to, slit their throats in their sleep.
Or that. I'm down for that. I enjoy
Options. We'll drowse. Stay awake during the night. Sleep
I
during
forgot
the
about
day.
that. Forgot about that part. He's on the ground.
That's true. When they meditate.
Correct.
They are aware when they meditate, aren't you?
How far or how close is the encampment to the waterfall?
You could successfully navigate past them as long as you were stealthy enough. Like, they are here and you really need to veer more towards the east or an eastern direction. So, if you used land obstacles, your skills are wet, you could, as a group, slip by these.
We got rain.
Pass without a trace.
hour.
then.
It is rain.
Yeah, we got
It
rain
is light
hiding some
wind.
of our noise, so
That's true.
Alright, then I suggest we just sleep there.
Yeah.
Well,
Take a
Just
wide
let it pass
wide
over the trees.
berth around them and sneak would probably be.
I know.
Pass without a trace if it's casting it out. You.
Yeah, it will.
Okay.
It'll help.
We'll get you in double digits.
At least. You at least have 10.
Not at least.
11.
Not at least.
Oh, you might have 9.
Oh, you have negative stealth again? Oh, good.
And a disadvantage, right?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I have a -1, so.
Good,
Okay.
good.
Sounds right. Sounds right.
Well, let's just say it's a group stealth check, so there's a good chance that the rest of the group could pull their weight and carry you.
We'll pull your weight now.
Yeah, there you
You'll
go.
pull our weight.
By absorbing
Right, later.
cannon fodder, I think. What did they call that?
Okay. If we're sneaking, what are we doing?
Sneaking,
Okay.
I think. Are we all
Oh,
cool with
uh,
that?
Are we casting magics?
So we're gonna sneak up to the edge of the waterfall and then just jump straight over. I just want to make sure.
Well, you have a wow.
each other off.
I was gonna say you have a while till you get to the waterfall. So you can discuss this once you're past this obstacle. Unless
Yeah,
you
let's
want-
do
That
that.
wouldn't be good.
So casting pass without a trace is cast.
Is it been an hour since we started
Uh,
climbing? Because I cast it as
Oh
we
no, then
started
you would
climbing.
you would still definitely have it.
Yep.
So it's still in effect. Everybody gets a +10. Disadvantages still apply for you, Paladin.
Yeah.
Redemption. You can redeem yourself and not fail. It'll be a group
I
check.
rolled well.
It's a group check, so at least 3 of you have to be successful. in
Stealth,
this.
right?
Yes.
9, 17, 27.
25.
You want to save me for last. 31. 31.
I was gonna say 30. What?
Dirty 20.
Oh, good.
30.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So you guys are going to maneuver and sneak. I need one more to fully get out of their potential threat range, if that makes sense. Shoot for 40.
Dang. Do we still get plus? No, saving throws. Never mind.
All right, I'll get mine off the table first. 34.
Okay.
I got a 30 this time.
Wait a minute.
All right.
Ooh, I'm like Nox level sneaky.
19.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
36.
Oh,
So-
Nox can't even see me.
Taking your time, sneaking, you will successfully bypass navigating away from the scouting party, the Wyvern scouting party. You will then kind of trudge and make your way towards the direction of the waterfall. Now, you will also notice that the waterfall, as you notice, there's no trees. It's very plain up there and wide open.
Yeah.
So you're going to get to a point to where you start losing cover of other everything except for like rocks and things like that. But it is dark. As you know, nights are very dark here. There is some bioluminescent fish and things that are in the river that are going over the waterfall. You will get to the top of that, or wherever you guys want to position yourself for your discussion of how you're going to attack this or handle it.
So we make it to the waterfall, or do we have to? Wait, sorry.
Or by the waterfall.
You probably would be like, yeah, like off the map, but
Okay.
close enough to hear and see the river. Giving yourself as much brush and coverage as you can before you go out into the open.
Well, I know it's terrifying to jump into a giant dark black hole.
And it will be that.
However, it is deep enough. You won't hit anything. We're gonna
Unless
have to
you hit
swim.
rocks on the way down.
Hey.
We'll aim for the middle as much as possible. Do we want to... I'll plan on using my rope trick about halfway, at the halfway point. Do you feel like we need to tie anybody with us that's less swimmy?
Do you have any way to cast light? I have daylight, but it's a third level spell.
I can cast dancing lights too.
I can cast lights on an object once we get down there,
Okay.
and then I can cast dancing lights as well.
Okay.
So I think that would be a good plan. So maybe I'll plan on casting rope trick before we enter the tunnel. Or wait.
Yeah.
How big is the tunnel?
The tunnel is
Like height-wise?
probably about half the size of what you see on the map for you. So like that, probably just cut it in half. So it's large.
Okay. I need to see how long my rope is. Because my rope has to stand, like, however, to the length of it. And then... It's 50 feet of
Oh,
rope.
that's not gonna work.
Yeah, so before the
Tunnel's not that
tunnel,
long. Not that big.
when we get...
Another.
Oh no, this
It needs
is
to be
for-
short.
In
I
order
guess
to
I
cast, you gotta have at least 50 feet to the rope can fully extend. That's what it is. So you
can I
climb
cut
into
it to cheat? Can't cut the rope.
It's magic.
So before we get to the tunnel, we'll take a respite. While we're swimming downwards, before we enter the tunnel, there'll be 50 feet for sure to cast that, and we can use it there. Swim back up to the hole, get our breath, and then power through the tunnel. Does that sound like a good plan for everyone?
Sure.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
No, nothing. We've all drowned.
You sound very confident. Okay, so are we just like cannonballing into the? What are we doing?
I would say
Yeah, I
we
think that's
should
what's
try
happening.
and dive a bit.
I was
Okay.
gonna
Right,
suggest
less of a
running and jumping so we
splash.
can make sure we're in the
It's
middle.
it's athletics. Whatever you guys
Okay.
decide to do.
I'm gonna like firmly strap down all of my things or put things into my pouch and
Okay, so you're securing your gear.
Yes.
Will do.
Yeah, I'm clipping my bow in place.
Okay, so everybody takes the time to check and double check and strap and make sure you're ready to go.
About to die here. That's okay.
Your tablet or you?
No. No. The character's about to die here.
Okay.
It's okay.
Oh.
So we definitely
You'd be like
tie
Nick
Nox
down in
to
at the waterfall. Ah!
Yeah, exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to have to go over and grab him before he falls off the edge.
Of like 3 inches of water.
Yeah.
Funny
So
story.
we definitely tie Nox to Delayeth. So Nox follows.
Just sink.
'Cause he's the one that has no athletics. He, she,
I have
they have no
little.
athletics.
I've got plenty of acrobatics. But
What's the diving order? Who's taking the first plunge?
I will.
Can I? I'm going to cast guidance on Nox.
Oh, look at you with guidance. Right.
So you touch one willing creature once before the spell ends, which it's up to 1 minute. But I can cast it at will, so. You can roll a d4 and add it to the number rolled by it's one ability check.
okay.
That helps out a little.
You can roll the die before or after making the ability check.
We should make.
I'm definitely going second because I'm not letting you all leave me behind.
I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna
should
go first.
Okay.
Into the hole. I'm gonna kind of step back. Not too far back, but I'm gonna step back so I can get a little bit of a oomph off the cliff so I'm not worried about hitting this side of the rocks.
Okay.
Aiming for the middle where I know the hole is. Alright, you guys, follow me.
Right. Pretty much like once she starts.
We all gotta fall in. Oh boy, this is gonna be good. That is a 5 for athletics.
Belly flop.
Advantage for... Oh wait, didn't we say advantage?
Yeah, because you travel
I've
this
been
way.
here.
Sure.
Okay. 21.
Okay, yeah. So here's how that plays out. You go to take off and run, and you stumble about 10 feet into a rock. You pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and like,
Okay.
yeah, let's try that again. And then you
Right,
take
bud.
off in a full-out sprint, and you gather your composure, and it's very graceful.
Swan
You guys are
dive.
just here. You'll see kind of the form is good, and right over. Waterfall is loud, obviously, so it's kind of masking sound. And it is a free fall. It is, like I said, at the surface, it's 100 feet below where the surface is. So you're, I think I measured that out like 6-7 inches. So it's like 70 feet from the top of the waterfall. So 170 feet fall.
Okay, well I won't dive then. I'm gonna foot first that one.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Shoes on and all.
There you go.
I'm not
So do
that
the old,
stupid.
the Navy SEAL dive, cross the legs, plunge it in. You got it. She would even suggest that to everyone. You should
Yeah.
probably dive like this.
I'm gonna take my boots off, and I'm gonna change my fucking feet into like some kind of wet feet in my hands.
Time on.
I can't gain anything like
Okay.
I can't gain stats from that.
Right.
Webbed fingers.
That'll work though.
But
Okay.
just like it just
Gills.
I can't do anything that
Okay.
can just
Funny,
change
though.
the feature.
Are you going next?
going next?
Okay.
Anybody got
No,
gilly
no
ones?
problem. Hey,
One.
remember,
No.
keep in mind, does anybody have inspiration to give? We have guidance given. Okay.
I got guidance.
I don't
Okay,
have
okay.
You?
Can you
Dirty
keep giving
20.
guidance to
Alright.
people and you go last?
All right.
I
He,
I got dirty 20.
don't think I can cast guidance
I didn't even use it yet.
once he's after. Can I?
Because like he's gonna be out of your range then. So then like
It's a concentration spell,
yeah.
so I can't cast guidance on him and then cast guidance on someone else, can I?
Can after he's
You
jumped.
can
But
after
not-
he's
but
jumped.
if he didn't.
But I can't.
Use
Yeah, I
it.
can't pocket it.
Yes.
Correct.
yeah,
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
like you said,
So-
here's
So if
guidance
if you see he
to
does a
jump.
beautiful jump and he follows good form, you're like, hey, you don't need it. Here, try it.
Okay, sure. I will give it to
Okay. All he does,
Oh.
you splash.
Okay. Then it's what, a D4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool. Alright. That is a total of 14.
Okay, not bad. Rilda, you're going to be the first one to hit the water, and you're going to go down, you're going to kind of resurface, and you're going to look, and as soon as you resurface, you're going to have to quickly move out of the way, as he is going to plunge into the water next. And when he comes up, you're going to suggest for him to move out of the way. It's like get back towards the wall. Right. Basically, so that you don't jump on somebody. Or 14, it's a little sloppy, but not bad. Not bad. You're going to fall really quick because of your armor,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll make a big splash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who's next?
Here you go, Runa.
Thanks.
And I just keep going down.
I can't stop.
Right. 17 and 5. 1, 2, 2.
Yep. Same thing. You watch, you take the same form, and you plunge in.
Thank you. Such a great team.
Here's the old lady's like, fuck this shit.
Such a great team. I learned all I knew from you.
You nervous?
No, 16.
No, 16's good. You'll do the same. More graceful than Delayeth, but not as graceful as the other 3. After, it's a very long fall, too, so if anybody has a fear of heights, this definitely is playing into it.
You're like looking at your
Sundial, like, wow. Still falling.
Nah, he's good.
Yeah. And you'll be the last to splash in. Now, here's the thing. It's a very difficult struggle because there's a strong current or undertow because the water from the waterfall is submerging. So it's getting that rolling or churning effect. So, you're going to need to keep that in mind when you're making your swim checks because it will increase the difficulty. But, with that all being said, you all, congratulations, will earn inspiration points for circumnavigating my beautiful map that I have created and my wife worked on so long.
It looks great.
It's
looks
beautiful.
great. We'll have pictures posted for all the
I'm
cool
sure
stuff.
we'll find our way out.
I'll reuse the
Yay.
terrain somehow.
how do I put inspiration?
But you all will level up,
Ooh, what? Ooh,
even you.
Well, can we level
And
up?
you.
Because we're not taking this short rest right now.
Not currently,
Okay, but we
because
will.
you will
When
need to
you're
take a long rest. But I think this is a excellent place for us to end this chapter of our tale. So I want to thank all of you for playing
We
today,
haven't like had a battle in like.
for watching, for listening to Season 2 of Creating Grin.
We ended up-
Tune in every Friday and see what happens next. Subscribe, like, comment, do all those things on the interwebs. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Tune in
Bye.
next week's drowning episode.
It's not even wrong.